Hey, welcome to the First Issue Club. We're your weekly comic book podcast where, just like Sue Storm, we love a good read. Are you so happy we're back?
So happy.
You waited about 7 days, and it paid off with another round of first issues. We read them. We're going to talk about them. And you're going to absorb it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sleep on it, spend the night on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then head to your comic book shop and support some local art. Well, I say local because a lot of comics came out that were local to us.
True.
But I guess independent is maybe the word I should have chose.
Uh-huh.
More aptly applies. Andy Parks had a new comic come out this week.
Yeah.
And then B. Clay Moore, did he have one this week or is it next week? Anyway, there's a B. Clay Moore book coming out soon.
Yeah. Tim Seeley had 2 books this week.
Seeley had 2 books, and we like to consider him, although he's from Chicago.
I mean, we love a Midwest boy.
He's our neighbor.
Tim Seeley slowly becoming the new Cullen Bunn with has to have a book out every day of the week.
Yeah, right. Like, he's constantly, right. I feel like we've done 3 Tim Seeley first issues in a single day before.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 2 to talk about today. How about it?
2 big ones.
This podcast is brought to you by Space Camper Cosmic IPA, the best dang beer in the galaxy. I went to Florida last week, and boy, did I miss my Space Camper. I had several inferior IPAs that did nothing but just instill my trust and support in this statement that I make each and every week, that this is the best dang beer
And yet,
the galaxy has to offer.
just another reason not to go to Florida.
Yeah.
They don't have Boulevard Space Camper IPA. Yum Yum, give me some Dynamite Tum Tum Space Camper IPA. It's not a beer, it's a journey. Florida, what a mess. And if you're one of our loyal listeners in Florida, we feel for you.
Mike, you should have reverse smuggled Space Camper.
Yeah.
You should have put some in your suitcase.
Infiltrated.
Yeah. Put some in your
Put
suitcase.
it in a Publix.
Yeah.
And like a 12-pack. Just like
Kind
go
of
to
like,
a bar
how
and just like whoop.
the Puritans introduced hogs to America, and now they just kind of ran rampant,
yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
now the bayous are filled with them.
That's right.
Have you guys ever driven through Miami?
Miami? No.
No.
Court order.
A true nightmare city to drive through.
So, tell me if I'm right here. The picture that I have in my head of Miami is gridlocked traffic, people dancing in the streets,
Cuban sandwiches as far as the eye can see.
cigars being passed out from every friendly vendor, and just music, loud, vibrant, intoxicating music trailing out from the windows.
There is a lot of good music and little shops that have bodegas, and in the middle of the week we passed like a farmer's market that they had closed a street for.
Oh,
and
cool.
There's a lot of charming stuff to find on your way walking through Miami. The traffic in the city itself isn't near as bad as a lot of the like cities that size that I have been to. However, I will say that, and I think a lot of tourists feel the same way, that there will be a first street running north-south, a first street running east-west, and a first street spelled FIRST instead of the actual number first. And this goes for a second street and a third street. There are just like, the place is littered with single-digit number streets running every which way. So anytime you put an address in, and like, you cannot use Siri to ask for an address.
Google Maps just sends back the shrug emoji, just like, I don't know, dog.
It will send you to the wrong side of Miami, and then you're just like, well, shit. Now I've got to like do this whole thing over again. And like I said,
hope there's a Dairy Queen over here.
even though the traffic's not absolutely terrible downtown. It's enough that you want to scream when you drove to the wrong place.
Do First Street and First Street ever connect?
Yeah, well, I was on Second and Second.
That should not happen.
Yeah.
That's like a paradox. That's
Yeah.
like where like fucking the event horizon
Yeah.
should happen.
I didn't see First and First, but we were definitely walking on Second and Second.
I don't know if I can handle the intersection of First and First.
Yeah.
Is it like First Street and First Avenue or something? Like
No,
where
so
avenues run east-west and streets run north-south or something?
it's literally like the number and the spelling.
Oh, okay.
So
Words
there's-
versus numerals.
Yeah.
Oh my god, who designed
First
that?
Street.
But
and
does
First
it
Street.
at least make sense where like numerals run
Yes.
north south? Okay.
That is a pattern.
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
And I'm sure
I can wrap my
the,
brain around that.
Yeah.
You know,
all the
like-
locals are just like, it makes sense to us. What the hell are you talking about?
Meanwhile, easiest city to get around is, oh shoot, what's the capital of Nebraska?
Nebraska City.
It's not Omaha, but the other big Nebraska city.
Duluth.
a corn.
Husker State.
Well, either way, there's a city in Nebraska that is just letters and numbers, and one
Lincoln.
runs east-west and
Lincoln,
Lincoln, and the other was run north-south, and it is literally just like playing Battleship. That it's like you're gonna go to A8. It is the easiest city in the world
That
to
rules.
find what you need.
That's cool.
And you're just like, man, at least cities that are built on a basic block grid system should do this.
the Detroit area. So if you guys didn't know,
Mhm.
famous 8 Mile Road.
You saw a movie about that.
There's actually like first mile, second mile, third mile, fourth mile, fifth mile, and it's that way. They're a mile apart.
So did Eminem just not get to those?
Well, he could have, but he just grew up on 8 Mile. But they're a mile apart, and they all run in parallel to each other.
Mhm.
So it's kind of the same thing. Where
Yeah.
you're like, whatever.
I don't know how
Yeah.
far to go.
That shoe store's on Second Mile.
Well, yeah. If you're at like Livonia Road and 8 Mile Road, you know where it is, right? Because
Yeah.
Livonia's like right there. And
Well, I don't because I've never been to Detroit.
sure.
So.
Fun fact about me too: I grew up about 2 blocks away from 8 Mile Road.
How about that?
Yeah.
But we were in the suburbs.
Yeah,
So
that's why you're not a famous rap star because you didn't grow up too close to Eminem.
yeah, there was a CVS and a golf store on the corner of 8 Mile and Halstead where I grew up.
Brutal.
I saw the Pistons about a week ago.
There you go.
It's a great game. Went
Yeah.
into overtime in Oklahoma City.
Nice.
Drove down there, saw back-to-back with the Knicks and Pistons.
Going back to back.
Fun.
So a lot of high-seeded NBA teams.
There you go.
Saw some W's.
Saw some dubs.
Did you get to see your favorite players? Did you high
Saw-
five anybody?
I didn't.
Did you get your jersey autographed?
I definitely had the chance to high five some guys, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna play it cool.
Do you think there's an age cutoff in their mind of just like, I'm not giving that person a high five?
I think it is weird when I'm watching TV and I see a guy go into the tunnel, and then like a guy my age is leaning down to get high fives. I'm like, that's for kids.
Yeah,
But
brother.
when you're standing right there, it is kind of intoxicating.
Right, yeah.
But
Why
I
wouldn't
had-
you want to touch the gladiator?
But I did have enough self-restraint to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
That's kind of like when I see like at the end of baseball games, like adults run down
Yeah.
to the barrier to try to get like free baseballs from the players, and I'm just like, that's for kids.
Okay.
You shouldn't be doing that growing up.
Hold on. There's a bell curve though, of kids to drunk,
Uh-huh.
where like,
That's even worse.
sure, but like,
Imagine a drunk kid up there.
no.
One thing I think about all the time too is I was at the Kaufman both times.
Mm-hmm.
The Royals clinched the World Series berth, and both times all the guys went around the stadium and gave high fives to fans who stuck around long enough for the trophy celebration and
Mm-hmm.
some on-field celebrating afterwards. And I'm like, it's October. You got all these runny-nosed drunks out here in the cold who are sitting
of course,
around.
Mike's like, yeah,
And
you
then-
just won the world championship or whatever.
And
You're
then-
Guys,
thinking
wash your goddamn hands.
And then you're touching a bunch of random guys' hands. It's about you're about to go play the World Series.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into it with a cold or a flu.
You can't have the sniffles.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
the steroids kill all the germs.
Too true.
I mean, the meds those dudes get,
Yeah.
legal or not,
Yeah.
can
They're on speed.
fix you just fine.
Yeah.
It's super funny.
All right, not a lot of news this week. I'll say was very excited. We got Free Comic Book Day coming up
In May,
pretty soon. And there was a Mind Management Free Comic Book Day special.
Ooh.
And I thought that's all it was a special coming out. Turns out Mind Management is returning.
It's returning.
On
Go.
Oni, one of my favorite comics of all time ever, written by one of my favorite writers of all time, with art by him as well, Matt Kint. So excited to see what happens
something
with that run.
Opportunity to get a mind management page.
Yeah, I would love a Mind Management page.
There
Now's your
is
chance.
something else with that. Flux House, who is Matt Kent's
On Dark Horse, right?
Dark Horse imprint, has created a specific seal for their books that says this is verified non-AI, meaning that like nothing from the text to the art to the any of the production of the book used AI, and that's his like kind of his stance and way of just battling any kind of like even passive usage of AI. It's just like these books are creator owned, made, and distributed. Like I think it's pretty cool that he's making such a definitive stance of just like, I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
Yeah. He did a really well, I was going to say there's a really cool thing that 4AD, the record label, did where they had made a little logo for things that were made like without any digital recording equipment,
Whoa.
I think. And they would put that on albums for a while. But this was
But it
in,
was made
like,
with AI.
This was in like 2003 when it was like, you know,
Everyone was afraid of
there was like
auto-tune.
a purity of sound thing that, you know, you don't really have anymore. So it's eye rolling now, but at the time it was like there's an art form, I think, to, you know,
Not recording
analog
on
sound.
a computer. No, get the fuck out of
I
here.
don't know. I think so. A lot of people would maybe argue that there was some like romance in it. But it would be an interesting, but other people started to kind of like adopting that as like, yeah, we're also part of this like little club trying to preserve an art form.
Yeah.
And in this case, it would be cool to see more publishers or more creators adopt this sort of like badge as a
You
thing.
won't see it on Marvel and DC, but some of these smaller imprints can do it.
Well, not that. Yeah, well, they wouldn't pull something from like an independent person, I think you mean, but they're very strict, I think, as well about not
They
using
are.
AI.
They are in the sense of like their books aren't written with AI or
Yeah.
drawn by AI, but I do wonder in what part of the process is AI used for Marvel and DC. Matt Kent is saying just like AI, not even like Chat GPT is used in any kind of like
Oh,
like structuring an email or like doing an Excel spreadsheet. Like we are not even like
you're supposing that
Even in the business.
even the business model of
Marvel
Flux
could
House.
help with a marketing plan or generating
Yeah.
ideas using AI.
Yes. Because
But
if
not-
my
but
company
not use it
wants
to
to push
execute
it.
on the art,
Yes.
but could be like even spell check.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is spell check AI?
Yes. It's predictive text,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And so
is,
it has
is it, or is just like notices that a word is misspelled?
So here's there's this weird line with this stuff where I'm like, has AI existed for like
Yeah.
years and years? Like, what has spell check been AI this entire time? Does it fall into that category?
I think no, I don't think so because I think spell check. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just a program that has all the words in it spelled correctly, and when it notices a word that doesn't match any of the words in its system,
it just compares it
goes,
against a directory.
"Wait a minute,
It still has to. That's what I'm saying. It still has to guess what word. That's the predictive part. I mean, the only difference is AI, generative AI,
corrects it.
We'll take that word and then do a guess of what the next word in the sentence is, and the next word, and the next word,
and then make like a sexy picture of it.
And then
Yeah.
Alf with tits comes out.
Yeah.
In
At least in
ASCII.
my prompts.
Yeah. The widest parentheses you ever see.
Oh, God. Willie!
All right, any other comic news you want to get off your chest?
Speaking of Alf, we discussed on the Patreon this week, Southern Bastards got a new hire for its TV show in Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
We talked about the new Punisher trailer, One Last Kill. We also talked about our favorite rocks, our favorite political speeches. And
Sure.
Mike and I were fighting the whole episode.
Mike was just slamming you left and right.
But, I would say he was slamming. I think it was a mutual slam fest.
He was.
By the way, you
slamming
helped
it.
no one in that, by the way, Andy.
Call me Switzerland, baby.
Uh-huh.
I am neutral.
Okay, well, Switzerland, baby, you sit right there. Mike and I have officially squashed the beef.
Yeah.
We're back on
Ready to move
good
on.
terms.
Call you a hamburger
Do you
press
think?
because
Do
you
you,
squashed the beef.
do you think Wendy's famously had that ad? Where's the beef?
Uh-huh.
They introduced smash burgers in the new line of Wendy's products. And Wendy's new ad campaign is, hey, let's smash the beef. Let's smash this beef here. And then it's just like some old woman going, smash the beef, and it's like punching a patty.
Yeah. Yes. Whatever you said.
I used AI to make that. So if you hated it, you blame AI.
It's counter. A smash burger is very counter to the whole where's the beef ideology.
Yeah.
But
That you
yeah,
would be like, this patty's so thin
this patty got ran
that
over.
it's like, where the hell is it?
Where's the beef?
Yeah,
Where's
exactly
the beef?
right.
Well, we smashed it. In this economy, we have to make
We gotta smash the beef.
sacrifices. We gotta smash it. It's like when I add water to my kid's milk to make that jug last just a little bit longer. It's skim.
You
We
make
do the
your
same
own
thing with
skim.
juice.
It's
Yeah.
skim. Yeah. That's good though. Cuts down on the sugar
Yeah,
intake.
exactly.
How about that?
What else? What else is happening in the world of comic books? I did read something. So I follow Gail Simone on Facebook.
Okay, I read this.
Oh, did you read it all? Because it was hefty.
I
It was
read.
a hefty text.
I read her post. I don't know what the context of her post was.
I looked into it. So she made a big long post because earlier this week,
Did one of these big longs.
one of the biggins, someone came at Brian Michael Bendis
Okay.
For what?
for not being this person who accused Brian Michael Bendis is saying that his legacy is inflated, that he is not as good as Stan Lee or Ditko or any of these Spider-Man creators. And basically what they said was he's just rehashing and recontextualizing those classic stories into whatever he wrote.
Okay.
Alluding to that he is kind of just a pretender and really just rewriting great stories to make them look like Brian Michael Bendis stories.
That's a significant.
It's a stupid take.
I mean, that's something. That's a take.
Brian Michael Bendis is, I think, easily to say one of the best writers, specifically Spider-Man writers
Well,
that we've seen.
it's a super hot take to take Bendis's legacy and be like Spider-Man, right? When like he has written so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think this particular attack was focused on his
Oh, it was-
Spider-Man.
On the Spider-Man legacy.
Yeah, like
Okay.
they were like
it was a spider attack.
they were accused. Yes, they were accusing people. He was accusing them of just being like inflating his Spider-Man career.
Got it. Okay.
Any guesses on who was throwing the shade?
Oh, was it Rob?
Liefeld.
It was fucking
Oh.
Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, classic
He's
Liefeld.
An SOB.
Can't be contained.
What?
The greatest copycat of all time.
The world's best grifter. So, I mean, and Gail Simone, she is an eloquent writer, and she made this great post
Yeah.
about it and kind of
One of the best.
and told her different stories with Brian Michael Bendis and how he was such a gracious person to be around and really
Good mentor.
Inclusive.
and helps other creators and like just some really great stories and she did a great job of like not taking a side but clearly being like, this is such a cold take that this person has. I've known this man for multiple decades. Like, to say that he's not a prolific Spider-Man writer is absurd. And the fact that you would allege that he's just reskinning old stories from past creators is ludicrous.
Yeah. God. Rob Liefeld is like, when you look at his work against past work he's done and past work other people have done, it is like some things are just 1-to-1 reskins.
Go to hell.
And
that man made Wet Works.
So many people do that during different points in their career, and I'm kind of like, so what if they did? I'm not somebody who's gonna like completely shit on everything Rob Liefeld's done because he copycatted a bunch of Marvel stuff in his work at Image.
But ultimately you can say that about anything.
But he's getting to a point now where
it's old man yelling at a cloud.
Yeah, he's so starved for attention and relevancy, and is needing to attack other people who have a more active legacy than him, and it's a bad look, and it's sad.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Rob is taking aim at his own career by doing this.
Yeah,
for sure.
He would have had just a pretty shining star in the comic book celestial sky, right?
Yeah.
He contributed a lot. He was a major founder of Image Comics. Even that's a little murky, but for this point I'm making, he was a major component for that. But this back half of the career with the negativity and the pointing of fingers and the attacks, it's just like you're just dwindling that brightness of your legacy, man. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
And that's all I had for news.
Okay. I'm satisfied.
Comics.
We all read Firestorm.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start there. It had a subtitle, right?
Fury of Firestorm.
Fury of Firestorm.
Not the Fury of Firestorm.
It's a different comic, and it's just as good.
This is written by Jeff Lemire, club favorite. So we might be a little biased when we say this book rocked.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Do we all agree that it's a B+ or better?
I would say it's a solid A in my book.
I'm interested in y'all's familiarity with Firestorm sort of as a solo man.
I knew he was in the CW show.
He was.
And that is my extent of my knowledge.
Okay.
Of
I knew
Firestorm.
he was two guys.
Yes.
I knew that because of the CW show.
Sure.
But I know him in my head, even though I think a lot of like harder core DC fans would think of him maybe more among A-listers, he's more of a B or C lister in my head as far as DC superheroes go.
Yeah.
I would agree because I didn't know the extent of who he was or his
But
powers.
he's got I'm from the Discord alone. I mean, there's some
Our First Issue Club Discord.
Yes, there's some hardcore Firestorm fans out there who are very excited to see him get a solo series back. So excited for big Firestorm fans. But yeah, not super familiar because I was more of a Marvel guy growing up. My familiarity is a little more recent.
Yeah, I didn't know if this sort of the front half of the book where they contextualize his power as sort of like DC's Molecule Man or something.
Nuclear Man.
Was like where he can like, he's like an Omega level 10 guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was like for this book or if that was like a known.
So I think you're referring to the opening kind of was like Genesis of the Bible of you had 7 days of the Nuclear Man. He walked into a town and essentially destroyed it.
Well, he Dr. Manhattaned all the buildings.
And then the people
turned them into glass and then turned the people into chalk.
He Yeah, he kind of went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and used his powers to their utmost abilities.
Yeah.
He knew that he had been changed in a way that is molecular, and he wanted to do the extent of what these powers could do.
Yeah. Well, and
just like Dr. Manhattan, he doesn't see people as people.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
He breaks it down to its base point of just like, we are all molecules. We are all fibers of space and time.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on The Office mean nothing to me. I will turn you into chalk now.
Yeah. And that's what I didn't know was like, is this like an elevation of his power level or his power set? Because what I thought was interesting is that Lemire sort of set him up as in the same way as the Sentry in Marvel, and Lemire wrote a volume of Sentry. So I thought it's a cool comparison,
right?
Or it will be, I guess, once the series is done.
Yeah, I mean the weird. Is he a supervillain? Is he a strange experiment that's escaped?
Yeah.
I will say this kind of power was not covered in the CW show, so this was a little bit out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think being a hero, he's always kept some restraint, potentially.
Sure.
On not only what he did, potentially what he allowed himself to be capable of, or what he knew himself to be capable of.
Oh, sure.
Right.
And in this scenario, well, there's a lot of great complex Firestorm stories, or so I've read, that deal with this internal struggle and identity, because it is two people combined that make up this superhero. And they've
inside Firestorm there are two wolves.
They've decided to like assume a new identity that is like a singular thing, and they've tried to take turns being the more dominant personality or body within this thing.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting complex layer on top of fun superhero stuff that you get to play with. But the idea of taking them both out of the equation, which this comic does, I think is very interesting, that there is just the entity devoid of either of their personalities, and it has compartmentalized them somewhere deep within its psyche to keep them busy with like fun normal superhero bullshit. Meanwhile he kind of is like almost a child, it seems like going to a town, like not viewing those people as human, destroying this town, feeling the repercussions of that, and becoming sad and depressed for himself, and then turning angry after that, kind of like a jumble of the stages of grief. You know what I mean?
we were comparing him to like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen.
That's great comparison. So it's an interesting title so far. It reminds me a lot of some of the Bruce Banner trapped in the psyche of the Hulk, when the Hulk takes over. And it's like, here's this primal force that is now in the driver's seat and has found a way to imprison this Bruce Banner psyche and entity in it. But here there's two beings that have been pushed to the side.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting book to see, because again, in the context of this book, the Doctor is sort of separated out, like he is not part of Firestorm anymore.
Yes.
As both a physical and mental being.
Yes.
So the book ends with them deciding that they need to track the Doctor down, who has apparently also had some sort of mental break.
Right.
Because we see him naked burning files that are related to Firestorm.
Yeah, right.
And he's got a big scraggly beard and everything. So.
And I don't know how Firestorm's ex-girlfriend knows this. That she's like, he ain't even in there, so let's go find him.
The eyes, man.
Well,
she
she
says that I can tell by the eyes. That's not my Robbie.
Well, she knew that the doctor was like not part of it anymore.
Oh,
it seemed like
that's something that had been pre-established in
that's how
previous DC lore.
That's how it read to
Got
me.
it.
Was that
Okay.
the doctor was gone and it's just Robbie now.
Yes.
But the new thing is that Robbie is not present mentally.
Yes. He looked like a crazy person.
Yes.
Oh yeah. As you would.
Yes, right. You get to be a superhero and have that ripped away from you.
Well, that'll be an interesting exploration too, I'm sure, from somebody like Lemire, where you know, because this doctor had to go inside of this buff teen's body and basically just like advise him. He had to be the Jiminy Cricket while this teenage kid is like doing the superhero stuff.
Now kiss.
Yeah, right.
Kiss
like,
that person.
So but that'll be interesting. Where like, was I a hero or was I just like the
pawn,
the break on this cosmic level deity?
Yeah.
Right. That was trapped in the body of this kid.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, I think maybe book of the week.
Yeah.
Pretty high up there.
I think probably fair to say.
Yeah.
Good, complex superhero nonsense. Gotta love it.
With a name like Fury of Firestorm, this reads to me like it's going to be a limited. Do you guys know if it's...
Yeah, seems like a limited.
It's, limited to build up to something bigger.
Oh, sure.
I feel like this...
Firestorm 2, Electric Boogaloo.
This Firestorm is headed towards a collision course with something that could ripple through parts of the DC universe.
Sure.
He is a nuclear man. It's only a matter of time before he explodes. Tick, tick, boom.
Ready or not. Any other DC books? I don't think there were any other big firsties on DC that were
that was the big one.
More than a one shot.
That was the biggest one.
Okay. Marvel? Let's take a move to Marvel. I read Web of Venom.
How was it?
Fun. This book is a grand old fun time if you're already reading Venom and Spider-Man. Sorry for my dog.
Louis wants us to play with this toy.
Yeah,
so
he's
damn
stomping
bad.
on this rabbit.
Defiantly.
My mom watched him while my wife and I were on vacation, and she bought him this heinous rabbit toy that makes more noise than any other toy he's ever had. And he just, if you're watching the video, I don't know if you can tell, he just steps on it.
We love him for it.
Yeah.
That's why he's the official dog of First Issue Club.
Oh, that's a good settle, buddy.
Runner-up, Andy Vargas.
I'll get there someday.
He's a dog.
So we've been wondering, as Spider-Man fans, for a couple weeks, what's going on with this Venom that looks like Spider-Man.
Yes.
And it is Boomerang, we find out in this issue.
Cool.
Which is fun. In, I think, Nick Spencer's run, Boomerang had a really...
They were roommates, weren't
prominent part. He was roommates with Peter Parker.
Yeah, and that's a carryover from Superior Foes, right?
Yes,
Superior Foes, too.
Yes, right? That's right.
Yeah.
So,
incredible run.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, really fun storyline. So excited to see Boomerang back in that kind of like...
Well, he had to come back.
Hero/villain role. Very funny.
Do we find out how Boomerang got Venom?
Yes. So it's not actually Venom. It is a older symbiote that has been trapped in a jar somewhere for a really long time.
You gotta the Life Foundation needs to really.
You need to check the expiration dates.
We gotta chill out, Life Foundation. But since he's part of the hive mind, this symbiote is privy to all the ins and outs of all the things that have been going on in the Marvel universe.
Of course.
Over the past however many years.
Did you hear about Paul?
It's caught up to speed. and kind of ready to party and have a good time. So it's kind of funny to have this super gung ho, like let's go do stuff kind of symbiote personality alongside a Boomerang who is trying to like stay out of trouble and go
Just get back out there.
Yeah, right. He's in a place where he's sticking to more like petty theft.
Sure.
And has like found success in that, and he's like high roading a lot of his other friends being like, hey man, I'm just taking like jewelry off people. Like, I'm not trying to get into these
I don't hit
like mega like superhero things, and like so that's his like I've settled down.
That's very funny.
And he has like a
I only knock off ATMs.
An apartment with like live, laugh, love and wine pun sort of posters up in it, which have like really like speak to his suburban I gave up.
That's awesome.
Kind of thing. So I enjoyed that kind of commentary on what sort of person he's trying to be in that twisted, funny way of having given up.
Does he get a new moniker?
Yes, he does. And it's a pun on a boomerang. But I can't
Frisbee.
I can't remember exactly what it is.
It would be incredible. The design is awesome.
Yeah, it looks good. You can see on this cover that it says the web pattern is fluid and ever shifting. So if they ever do an animated...
Just like my thoughts on politics.
Oh, really?
If they ever do an animated version of it, it will be
a nightmare.
It will be cool to see the motion in that. Comeback is the character.
Just call it a comeback.
Yeah.
So he's like liberating a bunch of villains that Tombstone has given like advancements to.
Got it.
And Tombstone expects everybody to kind of like hench for him indefinitely because they all owe him for giving them these enhancements. And now Comeback is trying to like liberate the henchmen and do good, but he's doing good in a capacity of letting these villains like make their own.
I hate that name. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That is such a not fun thing to say or read. I'm Comeback. I'm sorry, what? Like, if I was being like robbed by some guy named Comeback, it would just throw me off and be like, oh, hold on. What did you say your name was? Comeback? Yeah, give me your money. I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of uncomfortable now. I think I may just leave.
Who wrote this?
Don't
Don't worry about it.
Very prominent writer, and it was drawn by an incredible artist.
That's true. Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome
for clearing that up for me.
All right. Is this first appearance Comeback? First come?
No, he showed up in a couple other comics, but with his identity obscured.
Yeah. It was like an Amazing Spider-Man issue.
Amazing Spider-Man. Yep. I don't know if that was technically a cameo or a first appearance or...
Who gives a shit?
How we're organizing it, but...
then he came back around.
And then he ultimately came back in his own title.
I much would have liked Return or something, or like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
That would change. That would help it be successful.
You're acting like you had like input on the name, and you're upset that I don't like it.
If I could have any comic book,
first appearance Comeback, 100%.
Hands down.
Slab it. 9-8.
Give me 50 of them.
All right, I know a few of us read, or a couple of us anyway, read Neighborhood Watch on Boom. Vargas is raising his hand.
I participated.
Sarah Gailey, Haining, Rebecca Nolte. Pretty cool comic.
We only read the cool ones.
Yep. Because they all are cool.
We only talk about the cool ones.
That's true.
That's very true.
We don't like to be negative on this podcast. So
this was sort of like lighthearted version of No Man's Land that I loved so much from last year, wherein this is a tale of two neighborhoods. One is a very
the Capulets and the Montagues.
One is a very upper middle class suburban, and then their neighboring community is like a dirty hippie commune. And
Willow Haven is the suburban neighborhood.
Yes.
Open Arms is the intentional collective.
I grew up on the wrong side of the kombucha.
Yeah.
So as our story progresses, we follow these two women, one from each side of the fence, as it were, and they both, throughout their day, are looking for missing women in their respective communities. And towards the end of the book, they both sort of discover that there is a tunnel of some sort
linking their communities,
connecting these two communities.
Like a subway?
I don't know if it's a subway or
an old sewer system.
Yeah, old sewer system, but inside of that old tunnel, they both discover at the same time
a third neighborhood?
No. A single woman that each of them call a different name. So you find out the two women, or what you thought were the two women that were missing, are actually one missing woman who is
and she's
dead.
a liar.
She's leading two different lives.
She's leading two different lives.
One in each community.
Yeah, and has been murdered.
Yep.
Oh, she's dead now.
Yeah.
So she can't be confronted.
Yeah.
So
again, mystery solved.
Mystery solved. But at the same time, it appears, though, that the women from each of these communities have sort of their own secrets in their own ways.
Yes.
Wherein, the woman from the highfalutin community is maybe not everything she appears to be, and same thing with the woman from the, whatever.
Yes. And it was
hippie commune.
I feel like it was great seeing both of these communities live up to their stereotypes.
Yeah.
And then in that way showing that, like, no matter how you categorize yourself or where you put yourself, we're all people and we all have the same bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just in a different form factor.
Yeah.
Like, the gossip's gonna happen either way at either community. Like, their HOA and these people trying to intentionally live together as a collective, like, has its own same, like, Karens and bullshit that they deal with, and personalities to manage who are a handful.
Yeah.
So great contrasting way to, like, they jump back and forth between scenes the entirety of the comic book until they mesh in that, like, very last moment where these two women looking for their friend meet each other.
Yeah. And the other part of this book I really enjoyed was the format, because like Mike said, it goes back and forth, but it reads where you get one page of suburban opposed to one page of hippie commune. Turn the page, suburban, hippie commune.
Oh, each page represented.
So yeah, like you're getting these two stories unfolding in parallel.
Yep.
And then when they meet up, it still maintains. Did you notice the page color was color coded to?
Yes.
So the hippie commune pages were like a dark gray in the background with paneling over top. And the hippie commune was like a brown.
Yep.
But as they came together, it maintained that color palette until it changed when they both kind of met up.
That's cool.
So I thought it was a very cool way of telling this story.
Yeah. And allowed for the scenarios to mirror throughout, but be like, what's the version here versus what's the version there?
Yeah. Like, you could have easily told this in a more standard comic book way of, like, a panel, a line panel of each, one woman, and then a line panel of another, whatever. But this felt very, like a very entertaining way of presenting this, and wholly uniquely comic book way of presenting this. Like,
exactly right.
Hell yeah.
There's no way you could have, like, literally you could not have done that in any other medium.
Yeah.
So that's always very fun to see.
I do always appreciate that. There was a handful of pages in Athanasia, which was a Daniel Kraus graphic novel from Vault that came out 6 months ago, maybe, that I read this past week. And you love to see things as a comic book reader that's just like, I've never seen someone do that.
Yeah.
And this is just like such a unique way to like tell a story or contrast different scenes but show similarities at the same time.
Yeah.
Really impressive stuff. Great debut issue.
Totally.
Interested to see. It's one of those things that I think now that our characters have met, we might ditch that format. And and I think for the best too.
Totally.
That it's something that's like a great motif to set up the thing, but would get tedious past and the first issue.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see where it goes from here.
Yeah. I could see the motif coming back if like they split up and have to like do their own investigations. That could be fun.
Yes.
But like keeping that as a treat as opposed to like the standard
the way you just we can only tell stories in this one
for
format.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. I also read a book on Mad Cave called Pretty Hate Machine by Onan and Seeley.
And 9 Inch Nails.
And 9 Inch Nails.
It has nothing to do with the 9 Inch Nails.
I know. I kept like wondering like what the 9 Inch Nails connection was going to be.
When is Trent Reznor going to pop in?
Or
here?
like if one of the guys from 9 Inch Nails worked on this, but I don't.
Was Tim Seeley in 9 Inch Nails?
That's the case,
bro.
Well, he's not the first credited person on it. This
Yeah.
Onan person is, who I'm not really familiar with.
I don't know,
but I guess they're able to use Pretty Hate Machine as as a title. Mad Cave, good indie publisher that's been doing a lot of heaters as far as first issues go over the past 2 years or 3 years now.
Yep.
This is a really fun horror fantasy mystery. Has a kid whose father has committed suicide by driving off of a bridge. And some of his friends are riding bikes by the area that he killed himself. And they get all these crazy visions and are asked by an ominous force to bring the sun. And they tell him what they experienced. They bring him there. He has a crazy experience with like a demonic force there that tells him not everything that happened with his dad's death is as it seems. There were forces at play and he was actually murdered and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you need to find your way to get to the bottom of it yourself. And the story starts to, I guess, unravel and get into this like horrific mystery with this like demon kind of like stalking him and everybody with like, we don't know its intention in completely, but we know that it wants to get to the bottom of his father's suicide/murder.
Yeah.
Ryan Onan
Yeah.
is a screenwriter.
Okay.
Who has worked on TV series such as Legion, Queen of the South, and Wu-Tang and American Saga.
Okay. Whoa, okay.
So it looks like him along with Tim Seeley.
No connection to 9 Inch Nails still.
As of right now, in my research, no.
Got it. Great.
This may be like a prequel to that album.
So this reminded me a lot of Seeley's Vertigo book, Imaginary Fiends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where this kid has some sort of begrudging, friendly connection to some sort of demonic entity.
Yep.
Who's
pulling his strings.
Who's pulling the strings, but also is like varyingly able to interact with the physical world.
Yes.
You know, when they first meet, he's got like Freddy Krueger like knives for fingers.
Yeah, you can see him on the cover.
But he like cuts the kid's hand.
Yeah.
And the kid has a cut, like physically throughout the rest of the thing. But as Mike said, like it gives him like visions that are also not there and real.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically with Imaginary Fiends, the crux of that book is that children were so susceptible to believe in these imaginary things and fear and nightmares that those creatures fed off that very vivid and live energy. So they were able to cross the threshold.
That's right.
Through children.
That's right.
Like kind of like Santa Claus. Like if you believe in Santa Claus, he exists. Kind of thing.
They,
you know what I mean?
They were like tulpas, like created spirits.
Exactly. And so, but as these kids age, they stop believing in these things.
Reminds me a lot of Something is Killing the Children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, right.
That's a great comparison. So I haven't read this book, so I don't know if that's the kind of thing still, just like if the belief is strong enough, these things get powerful enough to just kind of
it seems
break into the reality realm.
Yeah, it seems like this is more like a The Crow spin on that concept, where like this kid is clearly like sensing that something is amiss with his father's seeming suicide, that this demon has been summoned by his strong feelings to assist him in uncovering that. Because that's part of what, when they meet, the demon sort of
let me introduce myself.
Not reveals, but like says, that there's more to this than just a suicide.
Yes. Yeah. And kind of makes a bit of a, I don't know, there's commentary there that there is maybe some evil forces at play in the town, and the demon has some beef potentially with this other evil entity that's pulling the strings.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, there was a little bit of like, what does the demon have to gain in all of this by helping this kid see this through?
Yeah.
And it's that chaos is being controlled in this town by some force, and this demon is like, this is my fucking territory.
Yeah.
And like I control chaos.
Yeah.
Like not this other thing.
Hubris.
Yeah.
The hubris of that.
It was a cool book though.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, it read like a kind of teen drama horror.
Yeah.
And sometimes those can be corny, and sometimes they're really fun in that corny way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you realize, like, oh, that's kind of the genre of this, it's a lot easier to sit back and have a good time with it.
Yeah. I'm glad it started out as a literal kids on bikes.
Yes.
But that was just used as a setup for the rest of the story.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad it did that. Because it turned into, and I think it will continue to be, more of a supernatural horror, like almost cop drama.
Yes.
Like there's going to be an investigation that this kid has to go through to uncover what's going on, assisted by this crazy Freddy Krueger demon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like True Detective, but with kids and demons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Stranger Things and True Detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool book. I mean, again, Tim Seeley, right?
And Ryan Onan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Onan's
Wu-Tang.
the man. Yeah, there were times where I got a taste of like, is this too like angry teenager? You know, sometimes when people write teens.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like,
totally.
They're just so brooding, and it's just like, okay.
Disrespecting their parents.
But the kids have a little bit more self-awareness than just being like, I'm pouty.
Yeah. Nowadays they do.
And it didn't teeter too far into that.
Yeah.
It
well, and the book takes place on the day of his father's wake.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
big emotions.
Yeah.
A lot of I can't remember. I don't know what time it was, if it was like a set in the 90s or early 2000s or anything.
Did you see a cell phone?
But there was a lot of I don't think I did clock cell phones.
One of the kids was a professional BMXer, so that feels 90s.
That feels pretty 90s.
And there's a couple like Mormon kids.
Oh, yeah.
And those died out around 2002.
And they're all. I loved the dialogue with all the kids talking shit and making fun of each other.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, this sounds so much like the way kids really talk shit when I was growing up.
Totally.
Yeah.
And there is a little bit of like maybe gay panic in the way that they diss each other.
Yeah.
In a way that does feel very like
Dated
90s, early 2000s on purpose.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I do think it's probably set at like the dawn of cell phones.
Yeah.
And
is there any
2005.
mention of Tony Hawk doing the 900?
No, we're past that.
That's a
Greg.
pretty
We're
good
past
way.
that.
I'll never be past that. Did you see how many turns that man did?
it's only been a year since the 900, guys.
What a fucking funny way to date a book.
Yeah.
Guys, can you believe Tony Hawk did the 900 2 days ago?
But it is one. I feel like you find more and more people putting stories in that time period because cell phones are such an easy way to solve problems.
Yes.
That like immediately make things not interesting.
Yeah.
Like what these kids on bikes stumble upon are like their ripped up torsos on hanging from a tree, and then they see their dismembered parts that have been pulled from their torsos like spelling out a message later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Instead of going to get the other kid, they could have just been like,
They-
I'm going to text him.
Yeah.
and yeah, exactly right. And they would like FaceTime him and be like, look at this shit. It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
I mean, Stand By Me would have been 10 minutes long with
And then
with cell phones.
the police would be there you would call the police immediately, right? You would
Yeah.
take video and photo of like
You'd be doing TikTok dances by the corpse.
Yeah, they'd live stream it.
What's up or what?
Whatnot.
The whatnot.
but having to leave and on their way to this wake to support their friend that they're supposed to go to, and they run into him before anybody else.
Yeah.
And tell him what happened is just, I don't know. It makes for a more interesting story, and you got to do it in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Guys, the story you're telling me is crazier, and I just watched Tony Hawk do the 900.
I'm going to write a post-apocalyptic book, and it's going to be like, instead of the year, it's just going to say, like, 50 years after the
Tony
900.
Oh, man.
It is always funny to see the cultural touch points they use in period pieces to be like, oh, that just happened.
It's Pearl Harbor,
Kennedy
9/11,
assassination.
Kennedy assassination, Tony Hawk doing the 900,
That's right.
The big four.
The big four.
and Ross kissing Rachel.
On the Mount Rushmore of American happenings.
9/11, Ross kissing Rachel, and Zumbas. Speaking of cultural touchstones, unless you're still going on your book, Mike,
No.
I read Godzilla, Romeo Juliet.
Hell yeah.
You may
This was an expensive comic.
$8.
It was.
$8.
In this economy, get out of here. Previously, we had covered Godzilla and Great Gatsby.
No, Godzilla's Masterpiece Theater.
Monster Piece.
Monsterpiece Theater. And then, but there's also been a Godzilla Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby was part of that
yeah.
Monster Piece.
Oh,
Theater.
sorry. Okay. It was.
He had like a group of like famous.
He had
figures.
formed his own Avengers.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yes.
And it was phenomenal. So a lot of people were anticipating this.
It was F. Scott
iteration.
Fitzgerald one of them, or
Yeah.
was the Great Gatsby one of them?
No, it was Great Gatsby.
It was the Great. So other fictional characters.
Yeah, because it was the Great
Of
Great
the-
Gatsby, the time traveler from the time machine.
Well, and like
Yeah.
the
Dracula.
So all like
and there was a
1920s.
submarine too. Like was it the 2000 under the?
Yeah,
2000
Captain
Leagues Under
Nemo.
the Sea.
Yeah, Captain Nemo. Yeah.
So
So
it was all like 1920 novels.
yeah,
like
it
characters.
Was, it
yeah.
fucking ripped.
It
It
was
was
so
like
good.
Yeah.
it was incredible. So flash to now, people are kind of hyped on this book, and it is. The main issue that I can see people having with this book is it stuck with the Shakespearean phrasing,
Mm-hmm.
speech.
Is it in iambic pentameter?
It's not that bad,
No.
but it is kind of a
Bad.
Not interested.
it is kind of a weird read because it does kind of follow a poetic
Sure.
rhythm.
It's weird to imagine Godzilla like 400 years before the 900.
That's when you think Romeo and Juliet happened? Are you going to embarrass yourself on the podcast?
It's weird to think of Godzilla showing up not only obviously pre-900, but also
Pre-900 Godzilla
but
is
also
pretty wild.
PN.
PN
P9.
but also pre-nuclear bomb.
Yes. What has instigated Godzilla's existence?
I never thought about
But,
that with
yeah,
Monster
but-
Piece Theater.
Yeah, right.
Unexplained.
Unexplained. That's okay though.
But nevertheless, we prevail.
He's an alien.
This story is told...
Can I ask a Godzilla question?
I would love that. To whom?
To Andy, obviously.
I'm the one who read the book, but that's fine.
This is a general Godzilla question.
Yes, Godzilla could perform a 900.
World's biggest ramp.
Bucky Lassek's there just going fucking ape shit.
Are all, or generally speaking, are most of the characters that Godzilla fights also from the fallout of the nuclear bomb?
Some are man-made.
Yes, a
Like-
lot are man-made. But yeah.
But I guess the message in that
Like
one would
in a,
be
labo-
that
in
like
a laboratory.
man's hubris has created this thing, the nuclear threat being the instigator of Godzilla, but
Yeah.
other
Some of these were
similar
made to
things.
combat Godzilla.
That's the most common one, is that like,
okay,
oh, we've taken a chunk of Godzilla and turned it into this crab
yeah.
that's also huge. And
Oh,
now
we all spit on this flower.
that's Biolante. And yeah, then lo and behold, the monster you make to fight the monster also crushes your city.
Yeah, right.
What you gonna do?
Okay. Thank you, Vargas. Greg, back to you.
Oh, I would love to. This story is told to us through the mouthpiece of the twins from Mothra.
Hell yes,
Oh,
brother.
interesting.
They begin the story of Romeo and Juliet. It is cleverly done in tandem with our love story between Romeo and Juliet and our love story between Godzilla and Mothra.
God, I love
Two warring families that cannot be together. In response to Godzilla and Mothra, I believe it's a Montague who makes Mecha Godzilla from a castle.
Oh,
To
Oh, so you have like a stone Mechagodzilla.
yes,
Okay.
Stone Godzilla, Cinder Block Godzilla, if you want,
Mhm.
I guess. Mortar.
Sure.
They fight. The titular scene where Romeo drinks poison to be with his unrequited love turns him into a Godzilla.
God, I love it. Yes.
There's
Yes.
a few pages of pretty spectacular body horror from that. They get married in a chapel. This is a top
Pause.
10 book for Mike
Who gets
D.
married?
Hold on.
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo as a Godzilla marries Juliet.
This is pre-mutation.
Okay.
But in the church, they do a scene with the stained glass, and it has all the references to different Godzillas.
That rules.
King Ghidorah's there, so on and so forth. In the end scene, Juliet stabs herself with the Mothra stained glass shard because she is the Mothra in the
Sure.
story as well. It is
Poetry.
it is incredibly well done. It's very fun. The imagery is cool. There's a lot of cool body horror parts, like I said. I mean, if you're a big Shakespeare fan, you are gonna fucking hate this book. Like,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It stomps all over it. Additionally, a fun thing in the back, we have Godzilla and Robin Hood by Tom Scioli,
Yeah, the guy who did
Monster Theater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's basically Godzilla helping Robin Hood, and it's just as zany as you would imagine.
I love the scene, or maybe it's like the opening title page or something. I only flipped through it, but it's like Robin Hood crouched in a tree, like trying to hide, and then just Godzilla behind him.
Yeah. What are we looking at, Robin? Jesus Christ.
That's really good.
I can tell you just want me to stop talking about this book.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, we've reached the end.
It's
I'm
so
stoked
silly.
that it's a one shot, and that the next one they're doing is Godzilla's Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just
These are so good.
They're
they're so much better than they have any right to
I
be.
know. I love how silly they are.
I did get excited because at the very, very end of this book, IDW teases the collected edition of Godzilla versus the USA, where it will collect Boston, Kansas City, LA, and Portland.
Yeah.
Into a big hardback for like everyone to enjoy. So I was kind of hoping they would do that because I kind of wanted to have a hardback
Of all
collection of all the
Monster Piece Theater style comics.
Yeah, and like Kansas City's gonna be one of them, so that's pretty rad.
Oh, yeah, the city ones are different
yes.
than this thing.
Yes, yeah.
And they also solicited or whatever Godzilla versus Texas.
Oh yeah.
That's the next one.
Entire state?
Yep.
I mean, it's big enough. What do you think they destroy in Texas?
A whole lot of nothing. Texas is very empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, devoid of a lot of
Cattle ranches.
What's left of the Alamo?
Hey,
the basement.
don't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part in this book where like Godzilla just like smashes like two people, and it's like blood everywhere.
Do you
That's
think
awesome.
Godzilla could hide in the grassy knoll?
Godzilla is the grassy knoll brother.
I hope they make
In a
Godzilla pee
hollowed
on
out
the Alamo,
book
and then the Alamo
depository.
bans Godzilla like they banned Ozzy.
Who makes it to heaven first, Godzilla or Ozzy Osbourne?
Well, obviously Ozzy, because Godzilla can never die.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla lives.
Just like my love for ska can never die.
Did you read anything else?
No, I'm done.
I also read Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief,
Yeah, I wanted to read that.
out on Ignition,
Mhm.
another Tim Seeley book.
Mm-hmm.
What's the elevator pitch for this? A
I
former,
think the title says it itself.
I mean, sure, a former D&D enthusiast and current writer,
So Tim Seeley.
sure, coordinates a jewel heist.
Are you doing a Mad Lib right now?
No, with the end goal of writing a book about it.
Mm.
Like he's doing this thing.
Research.
Well, not even research. Like he just wants the experience, so that at the end of the day he can write a book about the thing that he did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right? So the book sort of plays out in the same Ocean's 11 kind of way, where it starts at the end and they're getting all interviewed by the police, and it intercuts with like, okay, now we got to get our getaway driver, now we got to get our hot babe and whatever. But it's all these like sort of Midwest loser kind of people, like high school burnout folks, that are friends with this writer. And then, you know, kind of yada, yada, yada. They get their crew together, figure out what this plan's going to be. The writer who's putting it all together, is coordinating with his like childhood friend who was their DM, and they decide not to tell anybody else involved in the heist that they're only doing it so that the writer can write a book at the end of the day. So everybody else thinks that this is actually like a jewel heist, but in reality, they kind of want to like get caught or get away with it and then get caught, so that the story is like sensational. So there's a lot of like layers involved in this. Then at the end of the book, you find out that one of them or someone involved in this situation, be it the person they're going to rob or one of the crew, is dead and in a 50-gallon barrel. So we don't know how that's going to turn around. We don't know who that is. It's even the police don't know who it is. So again, it kind of plays out like an Ocean's 11 back and forth.
Yeah.
It sounds very complicated, but it did not read that way at all. Like, as you read it, it really is like a character study. Again, like in Ocean's 11. You get this cast of characters that are very entertaining, and you put them in this, like, it's right on the border of a zany situation.
Yeah.
And then let it unfold from there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's like assembling like a madcap group of misfits.
Yeah.
That have no business doing the roles that they've been put in.
Yeah.
But due to circumstances, here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Does one heist make you a jewel thief? Or does that make, or like, do you earn that kind of moniker through multiple successful jewelings? Like, if I make one pizza,
you're not a pizza chef.
I'm not a pizza chef.
However, if you do,
if I punch one duck,
if you steal a jewel
mm-hmm.
in a heist type way,
mm-hmm.
you instantly become a jewel thief.
I think,
but if you break the window of a Zales, punch out the glass and snatch it, you're not a jewel thief.
You stole a jewel.
You stole a jewel. A heist has to be involved, but it only takes one heist to be a jewel thief.
So
I think that's fair.
It takes excessive planning to be a jewel thief.
Yes.
I
only need $1 million to be a millionaire.
This is a great point. I'm following Andy's line of thinking here. You think you need to steal multiple jewels to be a jewel thief in multiple different excursions?
I think it needs to be like you need.
It's a calling.
It's a vocation, but it's like a vetted thing of like,
just twice enough.
I would say 3.
3?
Dude,
how many opportunities do you have?
That's what I'm saying.
To pull a jewel heist.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Catwoman's done it how many times? Black Cat's done it how many times? I think it's just it's an addiction, honestly. Mm-hmm. Because what person in their right mind? There's way easier ways to make a lot of money.
I think if you, Greg, successfully planned and pulled off a heist where you stole a jewel, you would call yourself a jewel thief.
I would call myself lucky. Doing it once is luck.
Oh, I see your thought process now.
It's like those people that do the half court shot to get like $20,000.
You're still a winner.
They're not professional basketball players.
Well, sure.
But like,
you're a contest winner.
Yeah.
Do you have to win 3 contests to be a contest winner?
Hey, good point, Mike D.
No, because people don't come to you for contest winning advice. Like some people seek out a jewel thief to do a crime or to retrieve something for them. I don't go to like my neighbor Bucky because I know he can like shoot basketballs really far to enter a contest for me to win $20,000.
I think that's just a degree of success, though.
Sure, yeah.
Like if I get a job,
both things are about preparation.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like if I get
prep, planning, and having a guy that can fold up into luggage.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
They hire a stripper for that, by the way, which I thought was very funny.
Oh, that's nice.
To be their like,
very flexible,
contortionist,
positive
kind of
sex workers. That's cool.
Yeah, it was very funny. Anyway, everybody loves a jewel thief. It was good, really good book, very entertaining.
All right, did you look for what number you got?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's the first thing I do with my Ignition Press comics.
If it's too high of a number, do you put it back?
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't worth my time.
You're just like, fuck this.
I want 2 digits. Is what I'm going for.
3 digits. Get the garbage out of
here.
here. I'm not paying cover price for that.
I also read, also on Ignition, the 0 issue, the cold open for Innards, which was
Andy Parks, right?
No, that's Rob Gilroy.
Oh, okay.
The guy who did Chew and Farmhand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is a book about, I think aliens attack Earth, but they target our oil and like vaporize all the oil. So the only way we can get energy is by going to those sites and digging up this new element called luciferium. But the only people that can do it have to go through teleporters to like get down to the mines. But teleporting is like a really wishy-washy technology, and like they imply that it's like a vaporize your body and reconstruct you as a net new individual.
Yes.
So like,
like memories are gone, or
no, you're the same person, but it's like in is it The Prestige, where they do that, where it's like you're killing a guy and you're just making a new guy.
Yeah.
So it's not really a teleporter. It's like a laser that melts you and then
puts you back together.
Reconstitutes a brand new guy with the same memories.
It's like copy paste.
Yeah. It's like cut and paste.
True.
Well, I think they've supposed that that's how the teleporters in Star Trek work.
Seriously?
Oh boy,
I think
that's
that
sad.
you're like a net new version of you.
So they vaporize Captain Kirk every episode?
I think so.
Yikes.
Oof.
I don't know. I've read that somewhere.
Trekkers, sound off.
If it's not like,
Does that mean he's like absolved of all of his previous sins?
Well, that's what Where's his, does he have a soul?
Yeah. I'm sorry, officer, you can't arrest me for that crime. That person's dead.
I've been teleported.
I'm a new person.
So, in this issue, this guy is, retiring. It's his last mission. He goes down, has this sort of deep conversation with his buddy, who and starts expressing that we shouldn't be digging up the luciferium because there's something else down there. And then the buddy kills the guy who's retiring.
Ooh.
So he's sort of protecting this infrastructure of digging up this element and whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a new guy who's brought in to replace the guy who gets murdered, and that's where the series will pick up.
Got it.
So
Freaky.
cool sci-fi book.
Yeah.
There's gonna be murder mystery. There's gonna be probably weird creature feature, knowing Rob Gilroy.
Yeah.
He's gonna have something goopy at some point. He does that really well. So
awesome. That sounds good.
Yeah, Ignition absolutely killing it as they always do.
Right on.
Star Trek transporters officially function by converting people into a matter stream energy, transmitting them and reconstructing them, which is generally considered safe and continuous rather than fatal. While it mimics a Ship of Theseus paradox where the original is broken down, canon suggests awareness is maintained, treating it as a teleportation rather than a destruction/cloning.
Got it. Okay.
I'm glad we put that to bed.
So the implication.
So there's a paradox for the name.
Yes, the Ship of Theseus means kind of what this book's implying of, just like when you're transported, you die, and a clone of you is reconstructed on the opposite side.
I wonder where that name came from.
Well, the Ship of Theseus is a thought exercise wherein
a ship of Theseus.
A psychological paradox exploring whether an object that has had all its components replaced remains fundamentally the same object.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meaning, if I had a Ford Taurus that I had replaced all the parts to,
is it
the same Ford Taurus?
I thought what you said was one word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I talk like an idiot.
I like how instead of a boat, Greg makes it infinitely more complicated by turning it into a Ford Taurus.
So I'm seeing pretty complicated boats.
You have to make it a car analogy. I'm so dumb otherwise.
Well, you said it here.
All right. Is that a podcast? That's everybody's comics?
That's it.
That's it.
Plenty, I think. We talked about a lot of first issues. One of them is the comic book for ya!
First Issue Club podcast is brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company, the people responsible for our favorite drinks, the Space Camper Cosmic IPA family of beers. Our show is edited and produced by our hosts Mike DeStacy, Greg Lichtag, and Andy Vargas. You can find us on social media at First Issue Club, and you can join the supporters who keep our humble podcast going on our Patreon at patreon.com/firstissueclub.